morning, good afternoon, and good evening, Speed Gaming fans around the globe. I'm WXFan21, joined by the fantastic Word Sayer, otherwise known as Words, otherwise known as potential winner of this entire tournament. That is right, hashtag suck up to the Cocoms. I'm only kidding. Words! I've been looking forward to this. I love seeing you race. I love watching your streams. They're a ton of fun. Words, this is going to be a good one here between Jefe and karterfreak.
Yeah, thank you. I'm really looking forward to this. So this race is supposed to be one of the closer ones of the first round. karterfreak, I believe, is ranked 30, while Jefe is ranked 35. So it's a very, very close in terms of how they usually perform in races. I do know karterfreak does a lot of expert seeds, some crazy settings, so he knows a good number of really difficult tricks. So I'm curious to see how that plays into this race. I'm less familiar with Jefe. I've seen their race time, like their finish times in different races, so I know Jefe is quite the runner himself.
Mm-hmm. So we're gonna get these things synced on up here. We are gonna see, of course, the Fantune map station to kick things off, but with no morph, there's nothing the racers can do. Also, not only just no morph, we have no way of damaging Fantune at the moment. Yep, so, with that being said, Carter to me was one of the rising stars, if you will, of the last tournament. Mm-hmm. Carter was definitely in that conversation. So was Draki. And quite a few others. So very interested to see here what these racers are, how they're going to look, so to speak, in this one.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a few things going on. Yeah, the early Fantune is always an interesting thing because that poses a question to the runners, because you can do Fantune on quite minimal equipment, and it's very valuable to do so because you get a map immediately after defeating Fantune. However, it's a very tough fight to do in the early game. So both runners are going to have to be making judgment calls. How confident do I feel in doing an early Fantune? What's my minimum amount of equipment to feel safe with this fight?
Correct.
Jefe having a little struggles in West Ocean, as we all do. These jumps are very annoying and very punishing when you miss one, because walking back through all that water is very slow. Carter, meanwhile, has Morph Ball, bombs, and an E-Tank. So he's making some decent progress. Still has no way to damage Fantune, but that tank will definitely make him feel a little bit safer.
Now, we have Morph and bombs. For those of you that want to know what happened, the vetoes went as follows. Carter vetoed Varia, Jefe vetoed Gravity, so we don't need no stinking suits. Nope. Jefe then picked Screw, and Carter picked High Jump. Words, this is not the first time in an item draft that we have seen High Jump and Screw being picked.
Really? I've seen
Screw
Attack before.
I saw this the other day.
Yeah, that makes sense. These are both High Jump and Screw are very popular items. Screw Attack because it lets you move more quickly through rooms, kill enemies easily, not have to worry about taking as much damage. High Jump just makes all of your movement a lot faster, a lot cleaner, because you can jump higher and faster. It is interesting, just the meta game that can develop around those, because like if you feel like your opponent might have better movement than you might want to veto High Jump. Screw Attack can also have some interesting implications because it breaks a lot of bomb blocks. So it didn't happen this time. You could run into some scenarios where the seed places bombs or power bombs quite late because you already have the ability to get through some of the things that would otherwise give you those four.
Now we have our logical missiles. And Carter's actually found his way on in over to the wrecked ship. And there is Jefe's logical supers. Oh, at this point, what we're going to assume are your logical supers. And the beautiful thing about finding your super missiles before your missiles early, nice speed booster, is you can break any of the missile doors and not have to worry about it.
Yes. And the other thing, when you have missiles, you can break missile doors. Problem is, it takes 5 missiles. So if you only have 1 missile pack and you have to go through a lot of red doors, you're going to be doing a lot of farming, and that can be quite frustrating over the course of a seed if it takes you a long time to find those supers.
Yeah, what happened to Jefe? I mean, Carter. What is this not having the power bombs?
I don't know. Where did Jefe get the power bombs? I didn't see that.
All right, chat. Which of you decided to give Jefe power bombs? Which of you did it?
Who turned on crowd control?
Fess up. Who did the crowd
Carter
control
went to
thing?
Vanilla Morph Room and turned back.
Oh, that's what it was.
Oh, that's interesting. Maybe he forgot you can get to that first item with just bombs. That could be quite impactful here. All right, Carter gonna get the map here for Brinstar. Or is this wreck ship? Colors are weird.
Just giving you a hard time, chat. So here is the wrecked ship one.
This is wreck ship, yeah. Okay.
Okay, so we do have a major right above there, the Etakun E-Tank major. That's a Bomb Chorizo major, so 2 majors here in wreck ship. I don't want to say they're required before Fantoon, but definitely get them now before you go back to Fantoon. I missed the peak.
That was Spring Ball.
Okay. It was Spring Ball, okay.
So to me, that says we're going to be doing some water movement, because high jump and Spring Ball, it gets you up a lot of the taller water rooms. So that's going to be pretty important. There's an elevator right there that's waterlogged, G4 elevator. That one you would need high jump and spring to get up logically. I believe Carter is proficient at underwater wall jumps, so they could get up without that Spring Ball.
I don't mean to laugh. The chat's having fun with, apparently this is... I see a SpongeBob reference in chat. Nito says Jefe's in the Matrix. Somebody said Jefe turned on slide. Someone said turned on slideshow mode.
Yeah,
PPT.
Yeah, PowerPoint, hardly the most efficient way to stream Super Metroid, but we do what we can.
Jefe, next slide, please.
But no, I think we all have experienced something like this with just internet service provider troubles. Lately mine has been acting up like every couple weeks, which has been really frustrating. Hopefully it doesn't do it when it's my time to race.
Your stream is too overpowered for races words.
Oh, is that what it is?
Okay. Started. Future winner of the tournament. Come on now.
Somehow I doubt that. I'll do my best, but somehow I doubt that.
Shout out to Rubu, by the way, our amazing tracker for this game. And also want to give a shout out to Phoenix, who is our SpeedGaming volunteer that has literally had to take Jefe off the screen, re-add Jefe back into the screen. And I'm going to be working on fixing that end. So on the other side, we know Carter's been in the lead for a little bit. Jefe looks like Jefe's playing a little bit of catch-up. Carter, now with Varia, with that Spring Ball, we have plenty of stuff to defeat Fantoon. We get 10 and 10. Plenty to defeat Fantoon. Here's the thing. Now with that Varia suit, and so incredible key to be able to get this early, because we've seen seeds where we have suits incredibly late. How much underwater movement are we going to see now? We got high jump, and we get Spring Ball. Fish Tank's already done and out of the way with. So now we got to be really thinking, is Ice Beam coming soon? Is Ice Beam the next major?
I would say probably yes, because that top left door where both of these runners found Varia suit is not actually in logic with just Spring Ball. Yeah, I don't think it expects you to get up to that door with nothing. You can get up to the ledge with a crossroom jump, but the flat lead that we saw Jefe do and whatever Carter did to get up there is not in logic. So I would expect to see Ice Beam, because that would put that door accessible in logic. Because I doubt it would give you gravity in this situation to solve that problem. All right. Carter getting to Fantoon. We'll see what kind of fight they have.
I'm waiting for one of these days somebody to just dope slap Fantoon right up the head. Or
What would that even
eyeball?
look like?
Brain? I mean, we joke it's a space elephant.
Mm-hmm.
And the sync is now recomplete, ladies and gentlemen.
Also, have you seen terminal montage videos? I feel like that might have happened.
I like the Matrix thing. It's even funnier. Jefe playing 2 matches.
Carter missed the shot on the first eye open, so he had to deal with the invisible phase for a little bit, and it looked like Fantoon gave the slow invisible phase. That lost a lot of time, giving Jefe the chance to catch up here potentially. Oh, Carter missed the other one. Then this is looking a little sketchy for Carter in terms of how quickly he's doing it. He's they've got plenty of health though.
Jefe, this is their official first tournament, I believe, for SM Map Rando.
Okay.
And this is Carter's second. We know Jefe, potential nerves here. Jefe was kind of saying as much in the race time room.
Mm-hmm.
Carter is, again, as you mentioned, playing a lot of expert seeds. Carter is a really good racer and has been getting better. So now, with that being said, Carter is actually feeling a little under the weather. So,
Yep.
is that going to help or hurt them is going to be a big question. Now, there's an out-of-the-way major, and a major that's super close, and there is Kraid. So the easiest way to get to Kraid in that major is through Leodoc's room.
What room? I don't think I've heard that term
Leodoc's.
before.
Torian Escape Room 4, Leodoc's.
Okay. I never have heard it called that. I will
I didn't
that.
hear it called that until people kept telling me that it's apparently not Torian Escape Room 4 and it's Leodoc's, and I'm like, what the bleep is a Leodoc's? Apparently Leodoc's is somebody, and I haven't. It's... Okay. I don't know. Someone in chat can explain the lore. It's Torian Escape Room 4. It's the room with all the acid and the pirates and the tubes and the piping.
It's kind of like when you say Sloter's Refill. It's named after a player for reasons, but you would never know that from just the game itself.
Mm-hmm. Leodoc's, Hoda Ruby. Yep.
Yep.
What room can I name the WX fan room?
Is there a food-related room?
I was going to say, unfortunately, there's no room in the shape of a cookie.
Yeah. Unfortunate.
Seriously, Rubu, please. No. No. That's funny, though. Hi, Craig.
Carter. Yep, Carter finding Craig. And a nice quick kill from Carter. So Jefe is not at Craig. It seems like he went a different direction from Carter. So I'm curious to see what the divergence is here and what it gives them.
Question in chat, Zeb not in this tournament. I don't believe that Zeb is. Nice laser beam.
Chat's favorite beam. Depending on which part of chat you're talking to.
They're wrong, but that's okay.
Yeah. I just, it's
why
a beam.
Chat likes a beam that only adds 20 or 30 extra damage, I don't know. Maybe because it looks cool?
It does look cool, and it has a better name than its successor. Yo! Nice continuous wall jump from Karterfreak. Let's go. Love to see it. I believe their only options at the time were that and horizontal bomb jumping. which itself is quite difficult to do.
Yep. More power bombs for Jefe. I agree. Plasma beam, best beam.
All right, so Carter is up a boss right now. Could have springballed? That's true. Actually, yes.
Suey, I saw that comment. Suey, I saw that.
That's also fair, yeah.
Oh, Carter. Chat.
Nice bonk.
Bonk.
Okay, so it looks now like Carter is following in Jefe's footsteps, but they do have a boss kill under the belt, so we'll see routing-wise what that does for Carter. Ice Beam for Jefe, that puts Variasuit in logic, kind of like we were talking about.
Carter's going.
And I think this was accessible
skip.
before.
Oh, didn't get the jump off in time. Hey, look, Ice Beam. Hey, Words. Didn't I say that Ice Beam was probably pretty close after what we already had?
You called it. You 100% called that one. Okay, so now Jefe's at the entrance to... Jefe's at the entrance to the area with Kraid, so he should have that kill pretty quickly here. I think I heard Carter die to something?
Yeah, I think it was the crab or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah. Either way, it seems like they saved after Baby Skip. Or Baby Skip, sorry, rather.
Yep. And now you're going to get that Ice Beam that's over in Sky Missiles. Isn't it Sky Missiles, if I'm not mistaken? No, it's not.
No, it was top right door. It was through Happy Prep Room.
Gotcha. Here is Jefe's fight against the Kraidster.
We gonna get a quick kill?
One.
No.
Oh no!
Oh, he's got another chance. Oh, the claw. Come on, one more chance. He got it. It was messy, but he got it. Let's go, Jefe. 10 HP, not even close. That's 9 more than
Nicely
needed.
done. So to recap the items that the racers have right now, Jefe has Ice, about to get Spazer, Morph Bomb, Spring, and Varia, High Jump, Speed Booster, and Screw Attack. So remember, both racers started off with High Jump Boots and Screw Attack.
Yeah, this is a very close race. They both have the same loadout. They just killed Kraid in a slightly different order. But now they're both just trying to figure out where is the next step of progression.
Rubu, if you could please re-put back on the high jump for Jefe. I wonder if I got I think it all got reset after Jefe was added back on.
That would make sense.
All right, CWJ time.
Trying his own CWJ.
Oh, so close.
Yeah. So as someone pointed out in chat, this actually is logical with their equipment. But the logical way to do it is an often overlooked trick where you can jump and then morph through the first jump and then spring ball bounce off of the post in the middle, and that gives you enough momentum to get across without having to CWJ. It's much easier, but also people forget about it and or don't know about it because it's so obscure it almost never comes up, but that is in hard logic.
Just teleport. Oh, Jefe had that. So is just going to go for the spring ball jump instead. Now this is going to be a really tight double spring ball jump, but still. Actually, yeah.
I don't know about that one. I don't know if I've seen someone do that before.
That's a very tight spring ball jump. It's doable, but very tight.
Yeah, this one, unfortunately, I think is just a knowledge check. Also, CWJ is hard. Like, he obviously knows CWJ is possible, but it is a double frame perfect trick, almost. So the first jump has to be frame perfect. You set up in a specific spot at the very edge of the door. as far back as you can, and then you have to jump on the specific frame that puts you in a position to wall jump on the opposite side of the post. And then that wall jump, you have a 2-frame window to hit that jump. So it's a 1-frame input followed by a 2-frame input.
Jefe reset.
Yeah, unfortunately, Jefe giving up on that, which it was just Spazer behind Kraid. So he's losing the Kraid kill, but he can just kill Kraid and come back next time instead of going for that Spazer. Yeah.
So no more Spazer for Jefe, and Kraid added back onto the tracker. Reacquiring that Ice Beam. And there's the Meridian map. No bosses except for GT and Spore Spawn. Torian and Barinstar are your 2 zones to pick from. I'd go Torian here.
Will we see some divergence? That is the question. Yeah, because normally in a race, I'm looking for like who has the better movement, who's the faster racer overall, and being like that racer, the slower racer really wants to see more divergence, while the faster racer wants to see everyone going on the same path. In this race, I can't really make that comparison because they're both so closely matched. Like they could follow the same route and it's still a complete toss-up as to who finishes first. Jefe going for a gate glitch. First try. Let's go. Very well done. Okay,
Now
we're
Carter
seeing
has to make
Everest.
it, right to left Everest. I don't know if this is an... Oh, it's right to left through Mickey Mouse. Oh, boy.
He does have area. They both have area.
It doesn't mean that still doesn't hurt.
Yeah.
Getting through all those enemies that do a lot of damage.
But screw attack.
Semantics.
Okay, we are getting this seed. We've got double Kraid kill and the DLC, so this is a really good seed for Kraid enjoyers. You get to see all the permutations.
Carter takes a save. I think Carter's decided that they want to go over to Brinstar.
Yep, and it's always good to have a pivot save before entering a new area, because there's always the chance that there's just nothing there, and then you need to retrace your steps and go back to the area you skipped. So always nice to have a save by like a fork in the road like that.
So again, for those of you just tuning in, I'm WXFan21, joined by Wordsayer on commentary, Ruby on tracking, and this is Jefe versus karterfreak, game 1 of this best of 3 here, upper bracket, gold bracket. Make sure you give the racers a follow, !R in the Twitch chat, !C to follow the commentary and tracking teams. If you're interested in following along with the tournament and or want to volunteer, !SM map 26. And if you're hungry, go get yourself food. WXS cookies. Yummy, delicious, homemade Italian cookies.
Italian cookies, ooh.
Shout out to the Vernon Diner in Vernon, Connecticut.
Nice.
That's right, food has been mentioned.
Food mentioned.
Okay.
In a WX
so we were talking about this yesterday,
stream?
Words. We were talking about this yesterday. Of the top 3 fast food restaurants, what was the best burger and the best fries? So now Tickles wants to know what's my go-to Wendy's order.
Go-to Wendy's order.
That's a tough one because it's a tie between the Dave's Double or Single and, of course, the Baconator.
Nice.
That was also, by the way, a beautiful reverse croc speedway from Jefe. That's going to make up a lot of time for Jefe. Because now Jefe, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, is headed towards the Torian door. I'd have to see where Jefe is on the map.
Yeah, I believe Torian was to the west. He's I think he's headed for that main hall major, actually. Right
Might
here,
be.
yep.
Oh, Carter found the ship, and the
He
ship
did.
is green.
It's okay. Rin Star is where the ship
Why
is.
Why is the ship green? Carter, if you
Um,
could kindly take that to your local Federation car wash or ship wash, that would be greatly appreciated.
hmm.
But yes, you got to go with the good Baconator. Oh, all that for X-ray. Womp womp.
Okay. If this was karterfreak, I know they would probably find some uses for X-ray. I don't know how much of the forbidden X-ray tech Jefe knows or cares to use.
1, 2, 3. Sorry, like look at all the majors that are close to that map station.
That's a lot of majors. And Mother
Mother
Brain is here
4
too.
majors, Ridley.
Ooh.
And,
You ready for
and
a
even
quick
more
escape?
important words, a Torian connector.
So it loops then. That's very interesting.
But yes, to answer Tickles' question, I think the go-tos of either the Dave's Double or the Baconator meal. And of course, if you're in the mood for ice cream, you gotta go with a Frosty.
No, the Frosties are goated.
Oh, they're great.
Love those things.
Does
So
anyone
I gotta
else
be
remember,
honest.
like, when they sold the Frosty book coupons?
The what?
You paid, like, $10 or some dollar amount. It was cheap. And you got a book of coupons that you could redeem for a free Frosty.
Nice. Yeah, so my relationship with Frosties is kind of strange because I actually, for the longest time, I was allergic to milk. Specifically cow's milk. I could do goat milk just fine, but cow milk would, give me congestion and stuff, like not
Gotcha.
lactose intolerant. It was weird. And then I grew out of that allergy. But then now that I've grown out of that allergy, I really don't eat that much fast food anymore. So I still don't. There's only been a handful of Frosties I've ever had in my life.
Gotcha.
Because now that I can eat them, it's just like, oh, okay. Let me just save money and not. But I do.
So what
I
you're
do
saying
love me a Frosty.
is Twitch chat and myself can all come to your house and cook on us food. Because that's what I'm hearing.
I'm not claiming I'm a good cook. I just know how to eat cheap.
I mean, I'll come cook with you. I love to cook. I mean,
Nice.
friends of mine that I visited can attest to how very good my cooking is.
I mean, I will accept recipes to try out.
I'll have to send you
No
my,
promises on when I'll get to trying them out, but I'll take them.
I have an Oreo truffles recipe that's so good. Anyway.
Oh, that sounds dangerous.
They are very dangerous. It's basically crushed up Oreos, cream cheese, and melted white chocolate.
Nice.
So, it's so incredibly good. Wave beam acquired.
Mm-hmm.
So we're really missing some of the best items that the racers could use to finish off the seed. Because knowing we have Ridley here in Brinstar, Charge Beam would be, in my opinion, the most important major left of the ones that Carter hasn't found. We know Wave is one. We know Grapple is one. So now you've got a 1 in 4 shot of that being Charge Beam. Otherwise, Ridley is going to be left alone. Because 40 and 20, with no guarantee that you have enough X's on the map, and let alone guaranteeing that those Xers are going to be all supers. This is very important of a find coming up.
The thing is, I think Carter can do Ridley on this ammo. With power bombs and missiles, as many missiles as he has, because it takes 30 missiles to make up for 5 supers. And then I usually calculate 2 power bombs per super missile, depending on how good your double hits are. So like that, he has enough. He has enough to kill Ridley right now. It's tight, but he has enough. So if I'm Carter, I'm hoping for charge. There's charge.
Bang! Charge
so he doesn't have to
beam!
care anymore. So he can finish
Nope.
the game in terms. He just needs to locate Dragon. That's it. That's all he needs to do.
You're welcome, chat. Oh, wait a minute. Hang on. Words. So I gotta put the script away. Divine gave me the script for today's games. I'm kidding.
Oh, okay.
Kidding. Chat's gonna be like, wait, WX and Divine both have scripts?
Where was my script? I would like a script. You know how hard unscripted commentary is?
The best kind of commentary.
Okay,
Anyway,
so
I want to know what this Culvers is. I've heard of them before, but I'm sorry.
I have too.
I've heard. I'm from New England. There is no Culvers up where I am.
Yeah, I don't think we have any Culvers around here. I barely know what they are. Maybe.
What's an Andes and Brahms?
I know what a Brahms is. I live in Oklahoma. There are tons of those around here. Brahms is like burgers and ice cream and groceries.
Okay. Culver's out of Wisconsin. Okay. Gotcha. So that's kind of like the In-N-Out burger then equivalent of what they have in California. Whataburger in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. Now see, Jefe's ship is clean. It's a nice purple and blue. Carter's needs to go to the, the ship wash.
I think Carter's just needs to be returned back to Hyrule.
Okay. Interesting.
I mean, that is where it comes from, apparently. Because the ship is picked based on the skin that a player picks. So the Dread skin gets a purple ship, and for some reason, Link to the Past skin gets a green ship.
Random meme asks, why is there a New England in the States? The Pilgrims fled the UK to get away from Old England. Because we're better than you and you know it. We are the best part of the entire country. Wow. Sorry, not sorry.
Wow, the ego on this guy.
I live in the most expensive state in the country. I don't know how much that's a brag.
Gotta make yourself feel better somehow about the prices.
You all come here to see the foliage. You come here for the good hospitals. You come here for the universities. We're just that good. No, but in all seriousness, I have no idea. I think it's because this was where the Pilgrims settled. They probably just wanted to call it New England. I have no idea. A history major, I am not.
Carter finding Plasma Beam, which is pretty nice find. That makes all of the bosses easier.
Anyway.
Now
that we've had plenty of food discussion.
Okay,
Tickles, this was your fault, by the way. You're the one who asked the food question.
I think Carter here is in a clear lead. However...
Tickles.
I'm trying to stay focused, WX. Come on.
No, now someone mentioned the Patriots. Not my fault we have the new MVP. Anyway.
Anyway.
Excuse me. Please, let the fantasy football analyst and commentator get on a football rant. Anyway, Jefe is checking out the rest of the majors here in Bryn. I'm really wondering, outside of the struggle we saw in Norfair, Jefe was pretty much on par with Carter, but now it seems like Jefe's almost like lost a step. If that's like the right... If that's like the right wording that I want to use, it's... Jefe had the speed and was consistent. It's just like... Almost like went from like a full pace and like notch down just a little bit. How much of that is this is your first official tournament game? How much is it of it being that nerves?
I think some of it is definitely the nerves, because I think he's been losing ground slowly, but I think the real big turning point here was just Spazer and Moat. Carter got that CWJ very, very quickly. Jefe tried it for a while, which lost him a lot of time, and then gave up on it, and then had to go kill Crate again. And that immediately put him at quite the deficit. And I think he's
after all the CWJs, like you mentioned, yeah.
Yeah, he's been slowly losing time since then, I feel like, but it's not that big of a deficit if you remove that time loss of the CWJ.
Agreed. But you know what? It happens.
Yeah. And that is another place where tournament nerves can come into play, because you make a big mistake like that and you feel very behind at that point.
Yep.
So that just adds to the pressure you're already feeling and makes it that much more difficult to keep up the pace you're expecting of yourself. Carter locating Dragon. So this is their race to lose. Because that was the only other thing I think that would have helped Jefe back into this race, is if Dragon was somewhere very obscure and it took Carter longer to find than it took Jefe. But
I mean, the only other place left that we haven't seen is Criteria, so
yeah.
And there it is. There's Dragon.
And Carter has grapple, so that's probably the kill he's gonna go for, because there's no X-ray for any microwaving. No microwave shrimp today. So for this grapple kill on Dragon, there are two ways to do it quickly. One is on the left side, one is on the right. The runner rarely gets to pick which side they want, because every attack phase of Dragon is a 50-50 between swooping and gooping. This time, Dragon has gooped from the left side, which means it's the easy setup. Carter can just stand in the corner and then fire the grapple shortly after being grabbed, and you should be able to hit that that sparky thing of death. I don't know what it's called. Broken turret. There we go. And then should be able to kill it just off of that. The left side is a bit trickier, where if you stand and go for it, you'll be too low when you do that diagonal grapple. So you have to do some setups of like jumping at the right time to be at the right height, so that when Dragon grabs you, you can grapple immediately and hit that broken turret. Swooping and goop. That's what the attacks are called, Rubu. Don't be making fun of me for using the actual names of the attacks. Come on.
Goopin', ya-da-da-da-da. Make it into a song. Yes, Dragon swoops and goops. That's literally it.
Yeah. That's the two attacks. That's it. That's all she does. Which, given that the attack pattern is so simple, it's shocking how difficult that fight tends to be. Like, everyone talks about Ridley, but like Dragon, I think for a casual player, Dragon is actually probably the hardest fight. And even as like speedrunners and racers, Dragon is quite the challenge sometimes.
So now Carter is going to think, with only Ridley left, what's Carter's best way back to Ridley, which I believe was Meridia, along with Mother Brain. And we know the ship is in Brinstar.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ship, Mother Brain, and Ridley are all in Brinstar.
Well.
Yeah, just back down Main Street, looks like.
The wave. Where was the gravity suit and space jump?
I don't know. There was the Main Street item. We might be able to peek that as Carter's going down. I would expect that to be space. Oh, wait, no.
Jeff got space and bowling. Jeff got space and bowling, okay. so then it must be the crab hole item.
Which is odd that Carter would just leave that behind. Which, I mean, they were in go mode by the time
Carter
they got there,
doesn't
I'm
need,
sure.
yeah, Carter doesn't need grab at this point.
It's just like grab, if you know it's there, it can be a time save. So if you can grab it even moderately quickly, it tends to be worth. Because like right now, he could be moonfalling down Main Street instead of whatever this is. It's like he can get down quickly enough, but if it's not too much of a detour, you kind of just go for grab, I feel like.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well.
Oh, did Lava Dive lock Ridley? Ooh. I mean, Carter's fully capable of doing that Lava Dive. But if that was grab at Main Street, that's still a very odd decision to me to just skip it. Or was it X? It wasn't X-ray, was it? Because Jefe got X-ray somewhere.
That was the other way out of the way major green, I believe.
Hmm. Did Carter just not peek that item?
It was way to the left. It was out of the way if you had to go and hunt for it.
No, I'm talking about the Main Street item.
Oh, yeah, no. Carter decided not to go for it. It was the crab hole Main Street item. It wasn't the actual Main Street item.
Yeah. Like, it was a bit of a detour, but it didn't look like that much of a detour to me. Because, like, Lava Dive alone to me makes gravity worth it, because the way up is so much easier than what Carter's doing right now.
Oh, Carter.
Hey, come on, Carter. You got this.
Point in chat from Stom
Oh, he
says
got hit.
Carter may feel behind.
That's true.
It's true. He doesn't know what we know.
Okay, Carter gonna Crystal Flash here to give himself some more health to keep trying.
Yeah. There's
Yeah,
gravity.
so with high jump, this is not in hard logic, but with high jump, you can do some back and forth wall jumping across the bottom of Lava Dive here. Gotta dodge that fireball at the end, and there we go. Very clean.
Nicely done.
Took a couple tries, but he got there.
Yep. Your reward is going to kick Ridley's butt.
Yeah, Carter was trying to spring ball at first, but I think they just gave up and went for the high jump method. All right, this will be 20 shots, 20 charge shots for Ridley. Carter may or may not mix in some super missiles to speed up the DPS, or they might be trying to save those from Other Brain. And it is indeed gravity in that crab hole, which again is so strange to me to not even peek that on the way up.
Right, because Carter didn't know if it was X-ray. Carter's never seen X-ray.
Yeah, but it's a 50-50, and he had to go up through that anyway. All it takes is like a few steps to the right while you're freezing that crab to peek that item. True, he didn't know it was a major on the way up. Carter pulled ahead. He already had a slight lead after Kraid, but Jefe struggled with the CWJ at Moat after Kraid, and that was the majority of the time loss. He's been slowly, I think, gaining ground, karterfreak has, since then, but most of the lead came from that CWJ. Yeah. Jefe was also hunting for ammo before he found charge, whereas I think Carter found charge at about 20 supers, so I think they spent a little less time ammo hunting.
All right, Twitch chat and fans, it's time. Get your guesses in the Twitch chat. It's time for the mini game that everybody loves. Guess the escape timer mini game. Mother Brain and the ship, very close to each other. I'm going 35 seconds words. How about you?
I'm going 45.
I like it. Oh, look, NN's in chat. Hi, NN. Oh, I mean, that's GTO. PTG apparently wants to be NN. Uncle Ira wants to be NN. NN making the 69-second thing famous.
Indeed. Oh, Carter. This is bold.
What is Carter doing?
Okay. So, there are two sandfalls. I think he's giving up on it, understandably. There are two sandfalls, or sand halls, rather. One is a 4-tile sand hall, which is, I believe, West Sand Hall, and this is East Sand Hall with 3 tiles. The notable difference is on the right side of East Sand Hall, you have a very long sandfall that is right up next to a pillar. So like you see right here where Carter's at now, there's like a little bit of space between the sandfall and the pillar. That means Carter can jump. Okay, nicely done, Carter. Good job. You can jump out of the sand to get onto the post, but if the sandfall goes right up next to that pillar, you can't do that unless you have gravity suit. So the easier way across, which Carter just did, is to freeze the Ever as he's coming down so that you can jump onto him and jump across. If you can't do that or you miss that, the other option is doing a spring ball jump as you're entering the sandfall and then disabling spring after the spring ball jump, because that gives you slightly more horizontal momentum and you can just barely make it across to that post with that momentum. It's a very tight and difficult trick. It is, I believe, an expert difficulty. So Carter's definitely come across that before and had to do that before, but it is a massive pain because the timing on every part of that trick is very precise. But opting to just leave the room and freeze the Ever is the much easier way of doing that, and he got it pretty quickly.
I mean, that was a great explanation. However, they're actually called baby dragons, so come on now.
You know what? Fair.
What is this Ever gimmick? They're baby dragons.
It's
the same way
right.
It's Baby Yoda and Grogu, okay? Just saying. Anyway. I always just call them baby dragons when I was playing this game until I started hearing someone go like, what's an EV? I'm like, they're baby dragons.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I've just been around enough people who've been using that word and it's like, okay, whatever. Like if someone says a shoot or a choot instead of a pancake, it's a pancake.
Pancakes.
But for fun tune, if you're trying to get the name of a critter or like the drops that it has, you kind of need to know the name. Or else it'll just be like, huh? I don't know what that thing is.
All right, chat. There's your map.
All right.
You're welcome, Rubo.
What's the timer? What do we got?
I'm still going 35 seconds. That just seems right there. I think it probably ends up being like 40, 45.
Yeah, because it's going up and around a bit. I think it's going to be longer than you might expect with the proximity, but it's still probably pretty short. 105. Wow. We were both way off. Okay.
Way to go, NN.
Who's the first person to guess 105?
I am looking.
Yeah. I'm not seeing... I've seen a couple 110s and 115s.
Ralix! 105. 65 seconds.
Ah.
Congratulations,
I was not
Ralix.
looking for a 65.
NN became a legend. Like when we started this one, NN was just a 69, 169, 269. It's great.
Has he ever guessed 369?
I don't think we've ever had a timer that long.
I'm pretty sure we've seen some 4-minute timers. Maybe not when he was tracking, but I'm pretty sure they've come up. Okay, this explains the ridiculous timer, because Carter had to go all the way up through maybe Red Tower, I want to say. No, here's Red Tower. Some really tall room, and then he had to come back down through Green Pirate Shaft.
Yeah, that was Criteria Pirates. And that's it. GG's. Carter takes game number 1 of this best of 3. Welcome back to game number 2 with WX Fan ASMR. It is not 6 in the morning, it is in fact 8 in the evening, but deciding to give you that 6 in the morning WX Fan feel here on Speed Gaming Radio. I am joined by... Okay, no, I'm totally kidding.
I'm like, how long are you going to keep this up? This doesn't sound very WX Fan to me.
Did you not hear Divine and I do comms at 6 in the morning?
I did not want to get up at 6 a.m. I'm sorry.
Oh, let's just say it was very, we couldn't yell, we couldn't be loud, we couldn't do anything. It was a little ASMR stream.
I really should go back and watch that VOD just for the commentary.
Divine's family was sleeping, my family was sleeping. It's like, yep. So, let's go. All right, here we go. Game number 2. Carter up 1-0 over Jefe. Words and I were talking about it. Both did incredibly well in game 1. Jefe, unfortunately, with just the double crate kill and the loss of time trying to execute that CWJ by Moat, just cost Jefe a little too much time. Mm-hmm. But let's see what game number 2 offers us.
We got a crab, don't die! That's always terrifying when you start in Main Street like that, because that crab is just slowly walking toward you and you can't do anything about it. Like, if you hold right, you'll be fine, but it's terrifying. Also, of course, they weren't going to die. They have 10 tanks of health right now. Speaking of, we are starting with Gravity 9+1 from the Multicat tournament from Season 3. Also, Morph Ball locked behind Speed very early. Carter also spotting bombs. So once they find Speed, they know exactly where they're coming back to you. But yeah, so this is left over from last tournament we did for Season 3 earlier in 2025. We had 5 different categories to pick from, I believe.
Correct.
There were Metroid objectives, no objectives, double suit, which is gravity suit and Varia suit, and then Varia plus movement. Yeah, which is your Varia suit plus a whole bunch of items that give you water movement, which means the seed will probably place
high
gravity
jump, and
late.
Spring ball, and grapple.
Yeah. And then this mode, which is gravity suit, which gives you a lot of health, so you can do a lot of hell runs that you would normally need Varia suit for. So it's likely not... It's not guaranteed, but it's likely that our runners will get a late Varia suit here because they won't really need it for much of anything.
Foods. Pancakes. They start off with pancakes.
Everybody loves pancakes.
All
Except
right,
for the people who don't.
I mean, Techno Waffle, clearly a known waffle enjoyer.
What's wrong with liking both pancakes and waffles? There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Now, question is, chat, what's your favorite type of pancake?
Ooh. Yeah, I think we had this conversation in chat a few days ago.
It was Techno Pancakes 36.
Techno Pancake 36. Ooh. That's his alter ego.
A Techno Pancake.
Doesn't roll off the tongue quite as well, does it?
Nope. Techno Waffle, Techno Pancakes. I could make jokes about Techno Pancakes, but anyway. There's your morph, which is good, which is speed locked, which we gotta find speed booster.
Uh-huh.
It's over there.
It's over there. Somewhere.
Now chat's just having fun.
As they do. Okay, so this is an interesting spot right here. Oh, that's speed booster. Never mind. I was going to say, if Jefe dropped down, there wouldn't be a guarantee he could get back. Because you need either morph or you need speed to make that runway. But he is fine. Getting supers and speed booster. Leaving behind those missiles, because if you miss that drop, you're stuck without bombs or power bombs to get out. So Jefe here immediately going to be heading back to Main Street because that morph ball is important to basically everything in the game.
Why am I not getting sound from Jefe's side?
Meanwhile, Carter going down toward where Jefe found Speed Booster, so they shouldn't be too far behind. Just got to check a few doors to find that one magic room.
I heard Spospo. Oh, it's Batu. Never mind.
Yeah, it was Bottoon.
Got all excited.
Not quite as exciting as Postbo. Carter finding Speed Booster and then turning around. This is, I think, a reasonable decision because that bottom left door, like, so to get back left to right through that room, the early supers room, you need to be able to reload the room because when you go through the middle of the room, the gates in the middle will drop and you need those gates to be up so you can either use Speed Booster or Mock Ball to get through. So Carter playing it safe, not dropping down because he didn't know if it was a blue door or not. So because Jefe played a little riskier and went down there, he found supers while Carter did not. So we'll see if Carter ends up going back for those or not.
All right. Very nicely done from both racers, but Jefe will pick up bombs. We're going to see what happens from here. Carter is picking up speed. Jefe's going to have to move.
Is it just me or did Carter get that morphin bombs much faster than Jefe did?
Carter did.
That feels way faster. I don't know how.
Yep. Question, do you need power bombs to go up after Precious Room?
No, you can do it with bombs. Oh wait, sorry, Precious Room. Sorry, I was thinking something else.
I mean, you could IBJ up Precious.
Yeah, you can IBJ up Precious with gravity. You can just wall jump up. You can also do a cross room jump, which I believe is out of logic if you have high jump. If you have high jump, you can do it with like no runway. But that is not in logic as far as I know.
Now, why do you need power bombs to Precious Room? No, the heated room in between main and
gotcha,
Precious.
gotcha.
Oh,
yeah, okay.
I was going to say, I'm like, I've never heard of needing power bombs to get through.
Yeah, after Precious Room.
Precious.
Yeah. I like to call that pillar prep because I like alliteration. I think it's Fast Pillars Setup Room is the official name on the website. But yeah, pillar prep is just so much more fun to say. Okay, Jefe working through Batuun E-Tank room, grabbing those missiles. Not necessary at the moment, but you know, when you're on such low equipment right now, it is nice to have those. Ooh. Trying to get back up in the tunnel to go back to the other side. Opts to just do a speed booster run here. Meanwhile, Carter Freak farming in the worst farm room in the game. This room is always just a pain to navigate through because you can kind of damage boost off the spikes on the ceiling to get across, but then there's always a risk of just falling between the platforms and then getting stuck there for 3 or 4 hits while you try to get back up on the platform. It's never a fun time. I hate this room. If it wasn't obvious.
I was just Ralix. That's just where I was about to go. I really think that the race was going to have to go and tank Wasteland.
I believe Wasteland is 5 to 6 tanks, depending on your equipment, to get through, and then 1 extra tank if you're going for the item. So it's very much in logic with the current equipment. Yeah, have we seen many saves?
I don't think I've seen 1 save room yet.
Which they should.
No power bombs! These are the PBs. There they are. There they are. There they are. Hold, chat. Hold.
That is such a bailout, dude. I mean,
You think? What?
you can get in and out.
I bet you could
regardless of
have
what that
got
item.
down there, Jefe.
I mean, I don't hate the play.
Jefe, baby booby.
I'm okay with
You
this play,
could have
to be
got
completely
there.
honest, because you don't know what's on the other side. It could be more heat, for all we know, which could just be death. So I think this is the safe play, especially not knowing where Jefe's last save was. That could be a brutal death to take if he just blinds into that door and it's a heated room. Okay, Carter finally finding those super missiles, being a little punished for playing it safe earlier, but they do get an extra missile pack out of it that Jefe was not going for. Is this the only farm our runners have access to right now?
The worst farm room in the game?
Oh, I see the save. It's all the way at the top of the map. So understandable that our runners aren't saving very often here because it's a long trip back and forth. And the other save is behind a bot wound fight, which we barely have enough ammo for if you don't miss any shots. Just kill bot wound. Yeah, just. I don't know. I would not say this save is worth it because that bot wound fight, if you're playing it safe, takes a really long time, and if you burn too much ammo, then you're just soft locked in the room. So I don't think that save is worth it until they get at least another super pack, because it takes 10 supers to kill or 30 missiles. So like
Jefe made a whoopsie.
One super pack and 3 missile packs is just barely enough. What was the whoopsie Jefe made?
Jefe didn't jump over the thingy.
Oh, fell down the Etakuni tank?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, Carter getting out with those power bombs. Interesting thing to note on Gravity 9+1 is you can navigate a lot of heated rooms with that health, but you're expending a resource while you do, unlike what you would have with Varia. So now, because Carter made it through a little bit more efficiently,
Jefe!
they have... Ooh, boy.
Yep.
That's some sketchy health.
Jefe, please.
Ooh, no. It's a missile.
Yeah, Jefe's in trouble.
Yeah, but because Carter didn't lose as much health in Wasteland, they don't have to spend as much time farming back that health. So that alone is a massive time save and a massive difference between having 9+1 and having Varia. Ooh, this is going to be very close. He's got it. He
got the energy from the violas.
Yep. He was low enough health that those dropped health instead of power bombs, and that was probably the difference maker. He might have made it through with like 1 or 2 health if he didn't get those. That was really close. Carter in the same room now, going for the map, which... Did Jefe get that already? I don't know if he had the health for it.
Nope, didn't have the health for it.
Well...
Took one too many bonks from the Golden Pirates.
Yeah, so...
Hey, look! Look at the map! It's mostly complete!
Yep. Also, Wasteland was a dead end at the bottom, so if Jefe had gone down there, he would have died. Because he wouldn't have had health to get back up. All right, Carter also cutting it close, but he should get through with plenty of health. Plenty being 60. Which is not a lot, considering we started with 10 tanks. All right, but Carter, despite the early deficit, is making up quite a bit of ground here. With just some more efficient movement, some... I don't know if I want to say careful play, but he's just been expending less health along the way, so he's been able to just keep doing stuff instead of farming over and over. Okay, Torian is our next area with a map that looks reasonably close. We'll see what kind of rooms are in between. Ooh, that's a rough one. It's gonna take approximately 2 tanks, I think, to get across. Well, with gravity, you could probably do it in a little bit less. So, like, Carter could probably get across right now, but he would have very little health left over if he did. Instead, he's opting to go to Brinstar, it looks like. And I think at this point we can say Carter's in the lead. Jefe going up for that save station, which I'm sure... Oh, we're in Okay. This is where Carter made up some ground, because he hadn't checked this room yet. I think Jefe blinded into Botwini tank. So he's done a little bit of this already. It's Bryn. It's Bryn. Do 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 do. I need to listen to that song more, so I can do a more faithful recreation of it.
Disconnect.
What do you mean? That's the best song ever.
I'm only kidding. I've never. I've heard it like once.
WX fan's favorite song, has it on his ringtone. Yep, as he should. We do need to get the Eddie cover. Big Pink for karterfreak.
Oh, I thought that was a song that they wanted added on the Eddie soundtrack.
There's an Eddie soundtrack?
Big Pink, heck yeah. No, I don't know why that was when I saw that. That was the tune that came to mind.
I mean, it works. Oh, there's our dead item. So because our runners started with gravity and a bunch of tanks, the slots that those items would normally occupy in the randomizer will now just be empty item locations. So we ran into one of those there at the bottom with that Chorizo, or that Chozo statue, which would normally be charge beam, was just empty at the bottom of Big Pink. All right, Carter getting the Brinstar map here. Yeah, again, we're seeing the big difference it makes that Carter was able to get out of Wasteland with a couple extra tanks, because they were able to just go straight up. They had better movement and pillar prep, and they were able to get the map immediately, whereas Jefe had to come up here, get that missile, and had to just leave immediately because he didn't have enough health to survive going up and back down. However, Carter was able to get that map on the first trip, so Jefe having to double back for that map has cost him a large chunk of time. Okay, Jefe now going into Torian. We'll see what he thinks of it. He does have enough health to get across this lava tripper room, so it looks like he's going to go for it. So we got some divergence here. We'll see which runner has chosen the better path. Carter going into Brinstar, finding Big Pink, but doesn't look like they have any like significant majors or ammo differences over Jefe right now. More supers for Carter. You clearly see something else over here that he wants. A tank. Oh, interesting. That's an interesting decision to me, to go for this tank when you already have so much. Like, yeah, it's right there, but it still costs like 10 to 15 seconds. Yeah, it could be muscle memory. Just clear every room. Be thorough.
Just do it. Come on now.
Okay, we have a a West Ocean map that is not the Fantoon map because it's facing the wrong direction and also it's waterlogged. The rare instance of West Ocean not having Fantoon.
Maybe Fantoon's hiding in Parlor. Another favorite
Maybe.
Fantoon hiding spot.
That is a very popular Fantoon spot.
Another E-Tank.
I don't think
F.A.
Carter's going to be short on health capacity for a
Grapple.
while. Grapple Beam.
That's a Dragon kill right there.
That is a Dragon kill.
That's
I don't
nice
know
find
what
from
else
West
it
Ocean.
gives our... I don't know what else it gives our runners here, though, that since they started with gravity.
Well, I mean, they could tickle the red fish.
Okay. I was unaware that was a thing.
Yeah, I commentate some of the SM Rat tournaments, and tickle the red fish is a very much gettable objective.
right,
just
then.
saying.
So...
It's like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, huh?
Shout out to our friends at Speedrunners Arena. The Bounty Blaster is a objective-based completion, and tickling the red fish is an objective. Grapple
Okay,
Beam
then.
hit the red fish in the Meridia red fish room. The one with the only enemy at the red fish, and that is an objective.
That is a sentence of all time. Jefe finding Charge Beam. This could be
Charge!
huge. This could be huge. There's not
Okay.
much else here in Torian, but Charge Beam gives you a way to kill all the bosses, potentially. Ridley can still be quite tough if you don't have Plasma. So they might still be looking for ammo here, but like they don't have to worry about Mother Brain or anything. Especially if Jefe finds Varia, then he can essentially do everything in the game at that point.
Carter's headed for this item. Is it a major? No, it's an X. Watch me power bombs.
I wonder if
No,
that's
it's
why.
supers.
I wonder if that's why Carter is grabbing this extra health. He might be banking on finding Charge and not having to collect extra supers, and not finding Varia.
Oh, I'm surprised Jefe went. Oh, Jefe wanted the refill.
Yeah, that refill is invaluable in these settings. You ever think about the fact that invaluable means the opposite of what it sounds like it means?
Now you have me thinking about it.
Or how flammable and inflammable are the same word. They mean the same thing.
Listen, I'm just here to commentate. Why you gonna make my head hurt? I'm
I
kidding.
mean, these are the
Shut up!
questions that I have been
Stop it!
pondering since I was a child. I don't know why English language
Since you
is
were
as
a
ridiculous as it
child
is.
and you don't have an answer.
Nope. I mean, I have an answer. English is dumb. That's the answer.
Oh, this is great. I love it. Anyway, Carter does take a reset. 21
Yeah,
minutes
Carter-
in, 22 minutes actually, and there is 0
Yeah,
bosses.
they have been in Brinstar for quite a while, been making a lot of progress and clearing the area, but they don't really have any equipment to show for it. They are finding Kraid right now, so that goes a long way. That's an objective down.
That's
But
it.
there's a major down in Terminator, if they
Yep,
can get
Terminator
there, but
room.
that's quite a long way. It is on the way to Norfair. There's also Meridia
Order
to
rooming.
choose from.
Yep.
So
2 Norfairs and a Meridia.
yeah. This to me is one of those situations where you go in a direction that feels like the right play, but then the longer you spend in that area, the worse you feel about it because you're just not making the progress you were hoping for.
Yeah, it is what it is. Watch the other 3 enemies be all grouped up in one obscure area, very far away from the ship. Chat, give these racers a follow. Exclamation point R in the chat. They've been doing a great job. Give them a follow. show you support. Send them some support. Send them some love. Exclamation point C to follow the commentary and tracking team. Words is also a racer in this tournament.
Mm-hmm. Hopefully I'll get, not hopefully, I will be getting my race schedule toward the end of this week probably.
Nice.
Haven't quite been able to schedule it yet, but looking forward to it.
Who you taking on?
Jefe.
Ah. Very nice. And of course,
that
shout
one will
out
be
to
interesting
Rubu for tracking.
Mm-hmm.
Newer tracker to the scene. Appreciate all the help. Speaking of the scene, if you all want to follow along with the tournament and or help volunteer, join the tournament Discord, exclamation point SM map 26 in the Twitch chat gimmick.
Okay, so Jefe is now back to Bryn with Charge Beam in tow. So we'll see just how much that pays off for him. But he still does have to do all the information gathering that Carter's already done. I don't recall where the map was. I want to say it was fairly early. More E for Carter. Okay, yeah, looks like Carter is going for this major down in Terminator. Although they don't have grapple beam, which Jefe does. So getting across X-Ray Hall may or may not be something Carter's thinking about.
Waffle makes a good point. Save early, save often.
Yeah, indeed. Okay, map for Jefe. And okay, here's the thing. Jefe is in the same location as Carter right now.
Hooray!
Carter has a Kraid kill. So that's one thing that gives Carter an advantage. But otherwise, they're in the same spot, and Jefe has better equipment. Karterfreak showing off some damage boosting to get across X-Ray Hall.
Very nice.
I think this actually is logic in hard, even without grapple, because you can go back to the left and bomb jump up, and you have plenty of health to tank all those hits. Unfortunately, Carter's not very happy with that spring ball. They would have liked something much more valuable. Various suit, for instance. Oh, okay, we can spark back across. That's actually really nice. Luxury! Okay, so I'm guessing Jefe is probably just going to do the same thing, but with grapple beam, so it's a little less risky to go for that. Saving first, good job. Save early, save often. Also high five from our runners. Oh, Jefe is not going for that major. Interesting. Both of our runners struggling with this Metroid room. It can be quite tricky to get through without getting grabbed. Jefe making it out a little bit better off because he got grabbed later, so took less damage in the process. Plasma Beam for Karterfreak is nice, but not nearly as nice as it is for Jefe, because Jefe has charge and Carter does not. Okay, Carter is going straight through to Meridia, making good use of that plasma beam to navigate these key hunters a little bit more safely. It's still never safe. We'll see if Jefe is brave enough to go that way as well. Okay, he is trying it. This is a very difficult room. I've spent probably 6 hours in the last 2 days practicing this room specifically. Because it is very difficult and very dangerous. These key hunters do 200 base damage. If you have one suit, they do 100. If you have double suit, they do 50. Carter making it through with 4 tanks left. Jefe only making it with 1. Nice gap skips from Carter to find an empty item pedestal. Ooh, Jefe seeing Plowerhouse and saying nope. Carter, on the other hand, has done plenty of expert siege, which very often expect you to get through this room with no tanks and no suits. So he's very practiced on the movement for getting through there. And that map gives Dragon and Ridley information. Unfortunately for Carter, Jefe is slightly better equipped for Ridley, although that's still on the other side of a lot of heat, and that's Frog Speedway, which is not the best health farm. So even with charged plasma, this is not a good looking Ridley. Jefe died somewhere, maybe going for the map, so he is recollecting plasma and probably just not going back to Meridia, which could be a problem. Unless he got the map and reverted. Did he get the map before reverting? He did not get the map, so he doesn't know that those 2 bosses are there.
Oh boy.
Which could come back to bite him. Carter, meanwhile, is in Norfair. Not going for that Ridley yet. So the thing here is Carter has plenty of health that if they decided to go for that Ridley fight, they could do it with enough super missiles. But they don't have those super missiles. Jefe, on the other hand, only needs 1 more major. If he gets Varia, he has charge, so he has enough damage to kill Ridley. He just can't do the damage quickly enough to feel safe going for that Ridley without Varia suit. So Carter only needs ammo, but he needs 3 items to be able to do that Ridley, while Jefe only needs 1 item, but he needs a very specific item to do that Ridley. And there's also the matter of information. Jefe doesn't even know that's where Ridley is. Jefe still hasn't taken out Kraid in the northeast of Brinstar yet, so that's another thing he's going to have to put some time into at some point. I don't believe we know where Mother Brain is yet, though, so we don't know where the game is going to end, so it's hard to guess at what
seen Meridia
who
yet?
is benefited by the routing yet. Have we seen what?
I had to step away for a few minutes. Have we seen Meridia yet?
Meridia, yes, that's where Ridley and Dragon were.
Who has that map information?
Carter.
Got it.
FA does not.
Thank you.
No problem. Also, welcome back.
Thank you.
All right, so yeah, Jefe is backtracking in Bryn, doing some major collection, maybe going for Kraid. Meanwhile, Carter is getting new information exploring Norfair. Carter knows where all the bosses are except for Fantoon. So it is in their best interest to be checking new areas to hope for the map that Fantoon is connected to. And then they just need to find a way to kill Ridley.
Quick programming note. Over on Speed Gaming 3 at the top of the hour, 9 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be Jax versus Path in a best of 3.
Definitely go check that one out. Okay. So, Climb Supers has a major. Top left of Single Chamber has a major with Grapple Room. Okay, I'm counting at least 4 majors, maybe 5 in Norfair. Which is probably bad news for Jefe. Because the thing Jefe needs right now is Suit to have an advantage over Carter. But if Carter finds it and before Jefe, that kind of negates that advantage in a way. Carter's still needing to collect some ammo, but once he has full boss information and Suit, then he should be able to get those pretty quickly. However, Fantoon was not in Norfair, so Carter moving on to Criteria. Carter also never got the Torian map, so they probably don't feel super comfortable right now. They might be thinking Fantoon could be all the way back there. We happen to know that's not the case, but that could be an extra pressure on Carter's mind. Oh, here's the red fish room. Unfortunately, Karterfreak does not have grapple.
No tickling the red fish today for Carter.
And this might be Fantoon. Yep.
Hi, Fantoon.
All right, so Carter has all of the information he needs to finish the seed. He simply needs to collect some more ammo. He might burn some time here collecting majors in Norfair, which could give him Varia, but we happen to know it will not give him Charge Beam. So hopefully for his sake, he doesn't commit too hard to finding Charge Beam. Because that could burn him a lot of time that ultimately will not work out for him. But that could be a way for Jefe to make up some ground. Because as soon as Jefe finds Varia, he knows he doesn't need any more items.
That's just got really weird right now. I'm just... no.
I'm just...
Change. I don't even know how to respond to that.
He's probably a VeggieTales fan.
Okay, then. I mean, I also enjoyed VeggieTales. Thanks for getting some of those songs stuck in my head.
That's all it takes? Just one mention, and now the song
now
is
we're gonna
in your head?
have the theme song stuck in my head.
If
the Water
you
Buffalo
like
song.
to talk to tomatoes, if a squash can make you smile.
That is not fair. It's not fair. Ow.
Listen, I was a sheltered preacher's kid. I gotta get some of that nostalgia out somehow.
I was involved in our Kids Church program for 16 years, going through it, volunteering, teaching, everything. In the VeggieTales was always in the other room for the toddlers.
Nice. That's true, D-Rocky. There is never, ever, ever a show like VeggieTales.
It's so good.
Okay, there's a single major in Criteria. Looks like Carter's going for it. Oh, were there 2? Yeah, okay, yep. Could be 3, for all we know. Because this room has 2 items. One of them is a super missile, which is good for Carter. Ice beam. That means Carter doesn't have to worry about Zeb skip. That helps. Ice is very nice. Yeah, I think once Carter finds Varia, he'll probably just be ignoring mages for the most part. Because it's very likely he'll find 2 more super packs on the way back to Ridley. Oh, did Jefe find Mother Brain? Okay, so that's Norfair then is where Mother Brain is.
Over there.
Over there. Oh. Very interesting piece of information. Carter does not know where ship is. Or has not seen ship. However, I think they've cleared enough of the areas that they could deduce that it is in Torian. But this could turn into a blind escape for Carter. I believe so. Because I think we've seen Wreck Ship, right? Yeah, is that where yeah, we started in Wreck Ship. So yeah, Criteria, Bryn. Yeah, Carter has seen every area except for Torian.
Yeah.
So they should be able to deduce that it's in Torian. That just means once they get to Torian, which will be very far away from Mother Brain, I believe, they'll have to guess the path to get to the ship. Which I don't think it was too convoluted, but that could always cost some time, especially on a longer escape. Dude, where is my car?
Okay then.
Yeah, I'm just.
It's over there with the
with
the Saboos.
With the what?
Saboos.
Is that what you call Subarus?
Veggie Tales, my guy.
Oh, Cebu. Okay.
Cebu.
I was mishearing the vowel. Also, I didn't have that particular VeggieTales. I knew the song. Wait, no, I did. Yeah, no. They just simply left the Cebu.
Cebu.
The one I didn't have was Everybody's Got a Water Buffalo, which is ironic because everyone did not have the everyone. The Chocolate Factory song. Good morning, George. How are you? I hope you're feeling fine. It's almost 2:08. No, I'm mixing verses. As
So happy I didn't take a swig of water before you started singing that because I had the water about to my lips and you started singing. I'm like, I gotta wait, otherwise this is gonna be a spit take. We're singing beans. You want to join in with us?
Yeah. You know, I would love to stay and talk, but it's almost 8 o'clock, so we haven't got that much time. Super Metroid Tales. Doesn't quite roll off the tongue the same. Yeah, because there will never be a show like VeggieTales.
We're out here talking about VeggieTales because this map is literally all over the place. This is not as bad as some of the maps that we've seen throughout this tournament so far, but this is just classic map rando map. Just nothing close to each other, and this is a multi-step scene, which is fine.
Carter with plenty of head shakes over his 25 power bombs. Because you know they're wanting super missiles for Ridley, and they're just not finding them. Oops, all PBs.
Tickle says somewhere Baron of Red is smiling without knowing why. Wow. Shout out to Baron of Red. Random meme says Carter's playing Hundo. Maybe.
You might be playing Hundo. PB Ridley fight without Varia. Let's go.
Oh my goodness. There's the peanut butter jelly time reference. Yeah, I'm not doing a 25 powerbomb fight Ridley without Varia, even if you have this many E-tanks. Like you get a full E-tank loadout.
Oh, I didn't even realize Carter had reverted out of plasma.
Yeah. So Carter gets plasma back. Carter has still never come across that charge beam, which is unfortunate.
Yep. Very unfortunate. It looks like they are going back for Ridley, though.
Yep.
And just hoping to find the ammo along the way.
Yeah, absolutely. Ice Wave Plasma, no charge. That's unfortunate. They're so far away, too.
Oh, they reverted out of ice, too? Did they... They didn't revert out of Phantoon, did they?
Carter has Ice Beam. Carter has Ice Wave and Plasma.
Okay. I thought I saw green.
Nope. Carter has
Maybe
Ice
I'm
Wave
mixing
Plasma.
screens I'm looking at. Okay, yeah. I think I just saw Jefe's screen. Oh, and there's Varia. Oh boy, this is interesting. Carter has all the info. Jefe has all the items. I think Carter is still solidly in the lead here, but they're gonna have a tough Ridley fight ahead.
Yep.
Because they are not going to find Varia or charge.
Nope, back in.
And there's a lot of heat on the way to Ridley.
Excuse me.
Ooh. I think Carter wanted to spark across Rising Tide, but didn't quite get the storage there.
Yeah, Carter. Just execute.
Going for beta power bombs, I believe is the name of the room.
Yes, beta power bombs.
And it
Soups. That's huge.
finally his supers. So yeah, Carter with this health, I think it's not a comfortable Ridley, not at all.
No, it's not.
But 25 supers and 50 missiles is more than enough. It's just going to be slower DPS than what you're used to doing for a suitless Ridley fight. Yeah. Yeah, if the save was like right next to Ridley with a farm nearby, I would agree, Tickles, but there's like 2 very long heated rooms, if I recall, into Frog Speedway, into Ridley. So you either spend a long time farming health on the frogs, or you just go in with lower than full health.
Ribbit.
If you come from the other way, maybe. I didn't see what the bottom door was, if it wrapped around. Nice spark. Getting some early damage on Dragon. Nice. Very quick
Nice
Dragon kill.
But look at the health.
Yeah. It's got to hope for a farm here. No, yeah, the backside of Ridley's a dead end. You have to come down through those heated rooms.
Like the room to the top right of this, I think, is Wreck Ship Supers. This is really bad. Cathedral zaps at least 1 E-tank worth of health. Or right around there. This is just...
Which, to Carter's credit, he did start early collecting a lot of tanks. So,
Yep.
like, realistically, he could still have 10 tanks after going through all of that heat. So, like, this is doable. It's just more uncomfortable than what we're used to seeing for Suitless Ridley.
I think Jefe is still so far out of this right now. Yeah, he's got all weaponry, but Carter, they have really everything else that they need.
Yeah.
There's your
the
super pack.
Yeah, this is a dead Ridley. It's just you got to find your farm.
Wait, tanks is not enough.
I think Watering Hole might be the best farm that Carter has nearby.
Ew.
Yeah, it's just 2 bugs. That's it. That's all you get.
Yeah, chat's saying a potential crystal flash.
Yeah. I think at this point you hope for a farm on the other side of all this heat before you go through to Ridley. And then you just want to get enough health to get to that side. I don't know if there was a farm over there, but I think that would be the best case scenario.
Carter, turn your ice beam off.
Oh, was there an ammo refill? That could go a long way.
Thank you. Fantoon defeated for Jefe.
Nice, nice. Yeah, Jefe, I think you ignore any majors that are here. Because again, you have Vera, you have Charge Wave Plasma. Ice is the only thing that would be kind of helpful for the Zeb skip. But you really need to be getting to these bosses at this point in the race, I think. Somebody poison the water hole.
Flagra!
Yes.
Wrong game!
Oh, you know, I learned something really weird about Flagra like a month or 2 ago. Apparently Wave Buster does damage to Flagra.
Oh,
Wave
listen.
Buster specifically.
Wave Buster Flagra kills are what Prime fans want to see on stream, okay? It's a wonderful thing.
But it also takes a ton of missiles.
Oh, yeah.
From what I understand.
It takes
like 180 or something.
180. It takes a lot.
Which is insane to me. It's like, how do you even justify that in a randomizer? To like, if you're in a race, like, how do you justify getting that many missiles or farming that many missiles to kill Flagra?
Because you know
with
what?
Wave Buster?
Because sometimes Flagra is progression, and it's one of the last checks the racer does. Because bleep Flagra. Just saying. And sometimes you have, depending on your settings, a lot of missiles.
Yeah. All right. After approximately 2 years, Karterfreak is back to full-ish health. So they're heading back through Rising Tide.
Boots.
Oh wait, did Jefe get high jump? Wait, what's the oh no? What happened?
Chat's not happy that Jefe is still collecting items.
Yeah. I agree with that sentiment. But he is heading toward Norfair, which is a new area to him. Because again, he doesn't know
Carter.
that Ridley and Dragon are in Meridia. This is the
Carter,
big advantage Carter has
where are you
right now.
going? Carter's
Saving?
gonna go the long way around to Ridley.
Is there a short way around?
After that long farm, I think Carter is going the other way to Ridley.
He could just be coming for this farm, because this one's a bit faster than
my
Watering
bad.
Hole.
I forgot, Dragon only has 2 connectors. This is the only way to Ridley.
Yep. It's really frustrating and ironic and sad when you see two bosses right next to each other like they are, and there's no connector between them. Like you
Chat's
just
yelling.
have to go all the way around, around your elbow to get to your thumb, so to speak.
Around your elbow to get to your
Have you never heard that?
What?
Have you never heard that?
No, I'm like just looking at my elbow and my thumb and it. What?
Yeah. It's an expression to point out when something is like obnoxiously more complicated than it needs to be.
Interesting.
You stay away from my thumbs.
Chat, no one's hurting your thumbs. Relax. Well, we're just kidding. You're fine. All right, here we go. Carter, room away now from Riddlers.
Okay, yeah, I didn't spot that there was a farm in the middle of all that heat, so yeah, he's got plenty of resources right now for this Ridley fight.
Carter, throw yourself at Ridley.
He could probably take 6 hits here and still win the fight.
Tillymorph says UWJers are hurting their thumb. We really need to get rid of UWJ. It looks like uwu.
There's one tail hit. I don't think he's missed a super yet, so that's a dead Ridley right now. Carter just needs to get grabbed. And very clean grab.
Nice.
Jumping into Ridley's claw like that during the pogo is not easy to do. But Carter gets it first try. With 9 tanks left over. Yeah, we were worried for nothing.
Uwu.
Plenty of health.
There's finally the map for Jefe.
Yep. And
unfortunately, it looks like it's going to be a little too late.
Exactly. Yep. Which I can understand not sacking for that map because he had like no health when he peeked in that door. He could have come up Red Tower and farmed for that health, which probably was the better play. But also Flower House is just a very scary room if you haven't learned the strats for it. Carter obviously has learned the strats, so he got through that pretty comfortably. But if you're not comfortable with that room, it can feel like it's just not worth trying. Although, again, we do need to remember, Carter does not have the Torian map. They should know that the ship is there, but they won't know where in Torian that it is. And it looks to be quite a long escape from Norfair to Torian. So there is the possibility here that Carter could lose some time if they don't first try the escape. I still think it's going to take a lot for Jefe to catch up here, but there is a chance for it to be a lot closer than it seems. Jefe also doesn't have to do any farming in this long trek for Dragon and Ridley, which means he'll be able to do it faster than Carter did. Yeah, long escape, but because it's a long escape, that means there's going to be more leniency to the time. So I really don't see a world where Carter fails this escape more than once. Because by the time they get to Torian, they should have plenty of time left over to check a bunch of different doors. So a second trip would probably be enough to find the ship, even in the worst case scenario. No refills on the route. Green Hill Farm is not a fun one, that's for sure. Yeah, he's right next to Mother. They're right next to Mother Brain, but they don't have supers. Yeah, farming supers here is going to be pretty painful. Because, like, you can't just stand in one spot for a lot of these farms. Because they're all up really high. So you have to, like, shoot the thing and then jump to grab it, and then, yeah. So, maybe there was something in Criteria? I think that's what they're checking right now. Ammo refill 2 rooms into C. Yeah, looks like that's what Carter's going for right now. Yep, I see it. Oh, it's a bit of a loop around, but I think this is still going to be faster than trying to farm something like Green Hill Zone. Yeah, they're both a little awkward to get to. And again, Jefe with Charge and Varia won't be having to do much, if any, of this farming.
You got it.
Also, Microwave Dragon speeds that up. So, like, it's still a large lead for Carter, but Jefe is gaining ground. So that's all bosses dead for Jefe. He will be heading back to Mother Brain shortly. So yeah, I think this is getting a lot closer than we thought. One failed escape could actually lose the race for Carter here, I think. Because he's got to head back to Mother Brain. Jefe will be able to get back there much more quickly because he doesn't have to farm. And then it's just a matter of getting to ship from there after killing Mother Brain. Also, chat, get your escape timer guesses in. Karterfreak will probably be making short work of Mother Brain once they get into the fight. .420, honestly, this might be the one time where that could actually happen.
Probably. Remind me of the sectors again?
Ship is in Torian, Mother Brain is in Norfair. I don't think that's all the way across the map from each other, but it's not
225.
Yeah, I'm gonna say 315.
225. I think there's a Torian connector closer to Norfair.
I could see that. The longer the escape, the better this is for Jefe. Because I think Jefe just has to bank on Carter failing one of these escapes. I think that's the only way he makes it back into this race. Okay. Carter damaging down just a little bit to get down to 6 tanks, not 3. Because Gravity Suit by itself does not reduce the damage of Rainbow Beam. Only Varia does that. So without Varia Suit, you are taking 6 tanks worth of damage instead of 3. All right, what's our escape timer? 3 minutes and 10.
Wow,
I was
3:10.
close.
Close.
All right, who guessed 310? I'm not seeing any 310s yet. Scrolling all the way back. Oh. All right. Again, like we've said, Carter should know that ship is in Torian. They just don't know where in Torian. So if they fail this escape... Yeah, Jefe is at Mother Brain, like on the reverse side of Mother Brain. So by the time Carter escapes, Jefe might have beaten Mother Brain. So if Carter fails this, it's anybody's game. Oh, was there a 269? Yep, Jefe is at Mother Brain. So the pressure is on. Yeah.
This is going to be really close.
And honestly, just because of the convoluted nature of this escape, even if both runners knew where ship was precisely, there's a chance that one or both of them fail the escape. This is not a free escape just because of how crazy the map is.
In a weird map, that's for sure.
And you have to know Carter is feeling the pressure right now. Because they definitely burned a lot of time looking for ammo, finding all the power bombs, and just... This doesn't feel like a fast seed, no matter which player you are here. So... They're definitely checking that race room to see if they're about to get sniped. And that is a dead Mother Brain for Jefe. So he will also be on his escape very soon here.
This is gonna be really tight.
Ooh, and that is the other side of Torian. It didn't look like that crazy of a path. But again, Carter doesn't
have the map!
Yep.
Oh boy. Oh dear.
He has 1 minute and 15, which is quite a lot of time. Dude, I always forget that's a thing. There's a tunnel underneath those blocks in the lava tripper room. I need to remember that. That is such a good knowledge check to speed up your movement just a little bit when you have Rainbow Beam.
Thank you for getting that missile, Carter, so it doesn't blow up, go boom.
Mm-hmm. Gotta save all the ammo. Efficiency. Oh,
West Ocean.
This is bad. This is bad.
Oh, Carter, please.
Uh-oh.
What is happening?
It's taking a wrong turn. West Ocean is tricky. West Ocean is very tricky.
Chat.
This could decide the race right here. He doesn't know. He doesn't know the layout of Torian. We know the ship is directly west. If Carter goes west, he should make it with plenty of time. But Carter doesn't know that.
This is so close.
He's going the right way. Will he get it? I think Carter's got this. Batcave, he's just committed to going left. He's ignoring the map. He's going left. And I think this is going to win in the race.
Through the tube.
He's in
French
ship.
vanilla tube to the landing site. Carter, by the skin of his teeth, takes game 2.
Get your GGs in chat. What a race. We thought it was not even close, but literally just one wrong decision in Torian could have lost this race for Carter. He was very down to the wire.
Finish up the race. The official time for Carter is 1 hour, 8 minutes, and 6 seconds as we are joined by Carter themselves. Carter,
Hello?
GG's and congratulations. What a tight escape.
Yeah, that was a little scary when I couldn't get to the map. Once I saw East Ocean, I'm like, oh no, 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 I gotta blind it now.
Yep. Oh, yeah, that one was really close. You can probably see Jefe's equipment at this point. He actually found Varia and Charge, which you did
geez.
not. So it looked for a long time. Maybe actually let's wait for Jefe to get in before we get into too much detail.
Sounds good.
But yeah,
Jefe
you can
is
obviously it
finishing
was
up
a
the
very close
escape.
race.
Yep. And there it is. There's your finish. This is how close it was. 2 minutes and 1 second. 1 hour, 10 minutes, and 7 seconds for Jefe. What a close game number 2, but it is Carter with the 2-0 series sweep. Again, exclamation point SM Map 26 to follow along with the tournament. Take a look at the challenge on page. And you're going to be taking a look at quite a few things, as now we do have none other than Carter advancing in the upper bracket. Carter, where you at? Why don't I see you on here?
I should be
you
facing
are.
Eddie next.
Oh, that's an easy matchup. I mean...
Yeah, you got
It's
this.
just like last year. I faced Oates last year. It's the same deal.
Yeah, you got this. Easy win. See, he's a 3, and you've got 3-0. You've got double the digits that he does. You're way better off.
Is that the logic? Really?
Everyone get your GGs in chat for Jefe.
Oh,
Very hard fought
GGs.
pair of races.
Oh, it's great. That is great. And that is going to drop Carter, Jefe is going to drop into the lower bracket and going to be taking on
26.
Koltor in lower bracket round number 1. We're just going to wait for Jefe to join in.
Welcome,
El
Jefe. GGs.
Jefe!
Hello, can you hear me?
GG's.
Yes.
Hearing you great. GG's,
GGs?
Jefe or Jefe?
Yeah, that was I played pretty badly there.
I was,
that was a rough one for me.
I was sweating on that second one. I'm gonna be honest. I was really worried because I had to farm so much. I never found Varia.
Mm-hmm. That was with
Oh,
some
yeah.
very, very, very long farms.
Yep.
Yep. Because we were thinking for the longest time that Carter had a massive lead because they had the map for Meridia, so they knew where Dragon and Ridley were. Then they were hunting for ammo because I never found Charge, never found Varia, and kept running into power bombs. But still, Carter had killed Ridley and Dragon and was on their way back to Mother Brain before I think Jefe even had the Meridia map. But because Jefe had Varia and Charge, he didn't have to farm like at all. So he could just zoom through. He also had X-ray, so he was able to microwave Dragon. So he made up a ton of ground. And we were talking in commentary and in chat that like Carter didn't have the Torian map. They would have known that ship was there, but they didn't know where in Torian it was. And we knew it was a long escape, so one failed escape from Carter would have given Jefe the chance to win that race. It was incredibly close. Jefe, you made up so much time in that end game.
Yeah, I just wasted a lot of time in the beginning and mid game. I had that
chat
really
would
long
like
farm in
to
the
know-
beginning, and
So chat would like to know, more specifically, 8 California wants to know. It says, GG's, tell Jefe to stop collecting mages when you want to go Mo GG! Literally all caps.
yeah, I have a big problem with that. I collect too many mages.
Yep. Because that also would have made up a bunch. I don't know if that would have been enough time to get you the win in this scenario, but it would have made it a little bit closer.
Yeah, probably. I'm not sure. I just played pretty badly, I think.
So let's talk about that first game. How did y'all feel about that one?
I almost died with Lava Dive, and I was lucky to have the ammo to do a CF. Other than that, I felt pretty good about the first game.
I don't know. I think I routed pretty badly in the first game. I'm not sure which route you took, but I think I just spent too much time, messing around and not finding the right objectives.
Yeah, I think so. What I remember, at least from that race, y'all had very similar routes. The big kicker was earlier in the game. Carter actually got Spazer after Kraid, then got a very quick CWJ to get out of Moat, while Jefe was struggling with that for a while, ended up having to revert the Kraid kill and having to go back for it. The other big thing, I think, was Carter didn't spend too much time collecting ammo. I think they had 20 supers before they found charge. And then Jefe, unfortunately, spent some time intentionally collecting supers and then immediately found charge afterward. So I think those two things were the main time differences between you two. But otherwise, I think you had pretty much the same route with just a couple of differences.
Did
I got
Jefe
nothing else.
find gravity in that game?
I believe so, right?
Yeah, I did.
Yep.
Yeah,
I
which
think
I
I
was.
collected. I think I collected everything actually.
Why
Oh.
you no peek it?
Yeah, that was my thing. Carter went past it in Main Street and apparently never peeked it because it was the crab hole item in Main Street. And then even on the way back, you didn't grab it because you were in go mode. But like gravity, I feel would have sped you up a bit. It's probably pretty close. The big thing would have just been lava dive. You could have been felt a bit more safe with lava dive if
Yeah.
you had gravity.
I definitely would have probably picked it up if I saw it. But I knew I was in go mode, and I just wanted to I didn't really want to look at any majors because I didn't want any temptation to a piece of candy,
Yeah.
pick up another major.
Which I think the only majors you were missing at that point were X-ray and gravity. I think you had literally everything
Space
else.
jump.
Yeah.
Space jump. Space jump. Space jump.
Oh, space jump, right?
In space. I think it was only gravity would have been a decent major for me to pick up at that point in time, and
Yeah.
it just really wasn't worth my time to go out of the way and look at it, I guess.
Yeah, that's fair.
Jefe was neck and neck with Carter, definitely in the early on in game one. Neck and neck with Carter here in game two was just the CWJ that kind of took Jefe a little bit out of game number one. Game number one was kind of weird. It was also strangely almost linear, just in how that map was. So, Jefe, walk us through, were you just determined at that point to attempt the CWJ before the reset?
Yeah, I've been practicing it a little bit, so I thought I could get it quickly, but obviously not. I mean, I think my nerves got to me too. I was getting a little nervous on the beginning of that game. I haven't done a tournament before, so
I was going to say, this is your first SM tournament, right?
it is. Yeah,
Yeah, we were talking about that. So,
yeah. I took
okay.
off my high jump boots in the beginning because I kept missing the jumps, and I was just feeling real nervous. Then I was like, oh no.
Gotcha. All right. Well, words. I got nothing else. You?
No, I think I asked all my questions that I had.
Excellent. Well, GG's to both you racers. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to send it over to final thoughts. It was a pleasure commentating this one. Jefe, we'll start with you. Then we'll go to Carter. Words, we'll go to you after that, and I will wrap things up and get us out of here. By the way, real quick before we do that, if we have a SpeedGaming mod, can we go ahead and raid SpeedGaming 3, please? We have another SM map tourney going over there. Would love to get all of us over there to show the support. So, Jefe, take it away.
Keep it short, but yeah, I had a good time. Thanks for playing with me, Carter. You did well, and maybe I'll see you again in the races. GG's.
GG's. Thank you as well. It was a lot of fun playing, and Eddie, you're going down.
Let's go.
Love it.
Yeah.
Words.
Shout outs to both of our runners, GGs. Everyone in chat, go follow our runners. Shout outs to our tracker Rubu on this one. Trackers do great work. We cannot stream these matches without having a tracker assigned to each race. So yeah, shout outs to that. Yeah, I've been having a ton of fun with this tournament. I haven't even been able to play my race yet, but commentating and watching all of this stuff has been fantastic. Everyone working on Map Rando itself has put in so much work to make this such an amazing randomizer. It is my favorite randomizer by far to play and to race. And shout outs to all the people working behind the scenes, putting this tournament together, organizing it, setting up stream. Shout outs to SpeedGaming. Just everything about this is amazing. I'm loving every minute of it.
All right, awesome. With that being said, big thank you to Words for comms. Big thank you to Rubu on tracking. Big thank you to Jefe and Carter for the great best of 3 here. Again, Carter wins 2-0, advances to take on Eddie in round number 2 of the gold bracket, upper bracket, and Jefe is going to go take on Koltor in the gold bracket, lower bracket, round 1. For Jefe, Carter, Words, and Rubu, I am, of course... Oh, and by the way, shout out to Phoenix for being our amazing SpeedGaming volunteer, helping us out with the technical issues behind the scenes in this best of 3. Phoenix, thank you so much. Appreciate it. For all of us, we'll see you next mission. Head over to SpeedGaming 3. We have Jax versus Path happening over there. We'll see you next mission.